first question?
The first question, she asked me if I ever travel. I answer yes. I went to Lebanon as a housemaid, and she said, "Oh," and I said, "Okay." And she asked me what I have done after I returned to Cameroon, and I said that I decided to resume my studies, and also I teach in high school. And after that, she asked me which high school I'm teaching, and I said high school, yes. And after that, she asked me which day I came back to Lebanon, and I didn't understand what she asked. And after that, she asked me what my mother do or my parent. I said to him that my father is died, and my mother is a seller in the market. And for the first interview, that's all. And she said to me, "Okay, I'm sorry, we can give you this visa." And that's the first time.
Okay. So why do you think the visa officer refused you in your first visa interview?
I think that I don't really speak really clearly what I'm going to do. I focus the thing that's very necessary, and I don't know, maybe because there is a gap between my study and also when I decided to resume the study, like I didn't explain this gap very well. And maybe it's also the question of English, because English is like a foreign language for me. And I speak French. That's why sometimes maybe I have difficulty to say what I think really.
Okay. So Patricia, basically, the reason why she refused you is you were not able to explain yourself very well. Okay. The
Yes.
visa interview is an opportunity for you to explain your case to the visa officer why you should be granted US visa. Okay. So
Yes.
you did not answer it well. Why? Let's suppose if you are the visa officer and if somebody says, okay, I was working as a housemaid, then as a visa officer, what you will think? She was working as a housemaid. So financially, she is not strong. If she is financially not strong, how will she go and study abroad? How will she be able to meet the finance? Will this question not come in your mind?
Yes, but I got a scholarship. That's how I'm going to study the
But
scholarship.
how much scholarship did you get?
I get a teaching assistantship
Hmm?
that I'm going to study part-time and teach part-time at the university.
Okay,
That's
so
going to cover my
you
expenses.
got teaching assistantship. Did you get any tuition scholarship?
Yes, like I'm not going to pay for my study.
You are not going to
Eh,
pay any tuition for your study, tuition fee?
no,
Okay.
no.
So then you did not market yourself well. Okay. So for
Yeah.
example, you need to mention in your answer, okay, let's say basically, um, the question was, you know, it could be any question. Let's say, what do parents do? Or let's say basically, they ask you about your high school. So you say the name of the high school, but you have to tell the visa officer that you have got a teaching assistantship and that your entire tuition, accommodation, living expenses is fully covered. As such, there is no financial burden on your family or on you to study in US.
Okay.
Did you mention that
Yes, in my second interview, I mentioned that.
in your
And
second interview? But in your first interview, you did not mention it, right?
no,
Right. So visa officers should able to be able to clearly express yourself, the intention of you going to study in US, okay, and how this will help you your career. For example, you're a French teacher, so you have to see. It is about marketing yourself. When you are going to market yourself, you are going to tell about all good things, right? You
Right.
go to a marketing show, you go to a showroom, he will not tell about bad things of a product. He will all tell about good things about the product, right? So
Yes.
when you are
Yes.
going there for the visa officer, you have to tell all your good things to the visa officer so that the visa officer can grant you visa. So if you say you're a housemaid, the visa officer will feel, how will this girl be able to study? And then you also mentioned that basically you did not give any, basically your father is no more and your mother is a seller in a market. So the visa officer was not convinced on your financial situation. Why
Okay.
is the visa officer asking this question? To understand your financial situation. How are you financially good? Because when you said housemaid in the beginning, the visa officer had a question about your finances. So, and he
Okay.
asked you, what did you do after coming back? So you said basically you are working as a teacher for French. So, and you basically want to resume your studies. So the visa officer is not clear how, from where will the money come. So you have to explain to the visa officer that I have got a teaching assistantship which covers my tuition, accommodation, and living expenses. So there is no cost for me to study in US.
Okay. Yes, I
Am I making
understand.
sense?
Yes, I understand because my second interview, I was very to prepare. I
Okay.
was uh, I was like, how can I say this? I recite question there is no when I talk, it's like I don't know how can I say this is I'm not talking freely
So you
and
should practice, you should practice, you should practice, you should practice. You should be able to express yourself. You should be able to market yourself to the visa officer. Only when you are able to express well, market yourself well, when you are able to communicate your ideas to the visa officer that your intention is to study and your intention is to come back, then basically the visa officer will grant you visa. You have to give a lot of reasons to the visa officer to